doing? Feeling good? Pretty exciting. Mail.
I like that idea.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Luke Rabin. This is my partner, Owen Zanzel. And this imaginary person right here is James Korn. He had to leave today. So we are the dynamic duo that's going to be talking to you about PostalDrop today. So before I get started, how many of you love sending one of these? Raise your hand. All right, that's what I thought. But how many of you enjoy receiving these in the mail? All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, cool. So, the problem that we're going to be talking about is it's a pain to mail a letter, but it's an absolute joy to receive one. So, what are we going to be doing with PostalDrop? We're going to be filling the gap. We're going to offer a painless way to send your network that true joy of sending a letter. So, I'm going to turn it over to Owen to show you how we use the front end of Dropbox and our back end of Click-to-Mail to revolutionize your Dropbox.
Thanks, Luke. I'm going to show you how that you can just drag and drop a file into the folder and it go out as a physical mail piece. Just come to PostalDrop.com, click the Start Now button, log into your Dropbox account, which is a file sharing system that's integrated to just about every single platform there is. Log in and ask for permission to the PostalDrop folder as a share folder, giving PostalDrop access to this folder in your Dropbox account. Allow. And we first off by giving a subfolder name to put stuff in. We'll call this letterbox. The next step is that we'll ask you to put a sample of what you're going to be mailing in this box. So if I go over to Photoshop, I scanned a letter that I want to send to my mom. And all I have to do from here is just do File, Save As. I have Dropbox installed on my machine. So I can just do, the file name is the address. It's just a comma delimited regular address, just like you would enter into Google Maps. So I just do File Save, put it in my Dropbox, come back to PostalDrop.com, and check that folder. There's the letter I just dropped in that box. It shows the address as the file name right here. We can standardize that address for postal automation purposes, giving lower and first class rate. But next step, we select the the envelope that we want to put in. So we're going to choose a full windowed envelope showing the address on the front. And we can choose a print color. We're going to choose black and white as the printing. And we define the return address for this folder. Anything that goes into this folder going forward will get this return address. Click Done, and you are ready to drag and drop files for mailing. Back to you, Luke.
All right, let's talk customers. Can you give me back in the PowerPoint? Oh, okay. All right, customers. All right, so before you think that the postal industry is dead, there are 8.8 billion letters that were mailed in 2011, stamped mail. And our back-end client, Click-to-Mail, each month they send 1 million letters. And for our front-end, Dropbox, they have 25 million users. So we are talking about a big industry. So, potential user stories. My friend Lieutenant Jonathan Butterfield, he would send letters back home while he's deployed. Teams Trailer Joey and Flash Karma made a commitment to send themselves the poor man's copyright to help them with their ideas. Janine from Flash Karma, who's from South Africa, she would send letters home that would go faster than 3 weeks because it would print locally in South Africa without the authorities opening her mail. And Jim from Sammy Snacks said he would love to use this to send letters to his donors. So, price, 99 cents for 1-page letter. 10 cents for each extra page. Couldn't be any simpler. Cost, for us, fixed cost, $150 a month for our server costs. Marginal cost for the first page is 74 cents and 4.5 cents for each additional page. So profits, our unit profit is 26 cents for that first page and up to 57 cents for 10 pages. So with a profit margin of averaging 30%. So let's talk about rolling out. We love to start with a viral coupon that goes through shared folders in Dropbox. and also form ads. And for the next 1,000, we'd love to target the early adopters and then use Google AdWords to figure out like customers. So growth for the future, we'd love to incorporate thank you cards, invitations, certified mail, and small business services. And if we get 1% of the Dropbox users, the 25 million, it would be awesome.
Evernet, please get ready.
Great presentation. Love the idea, really do. One question. So I get the uploading, it's going to get printed somewhere and then locally delivered. What do you have to do logistically to make sure that it is locally delivered? If I understood that correctly, but it seems like a lot of locations to have.
We're leveraging an existing platform. It's basically a software as a service for fulfilling direct mail. Click to Mail is the name of the company. They've been in business for about 10 years now. We're a business partner with the U.S. Post Office, and they're offered on the U.S. Post Office's website as their hybrid mail solution. They have a very strong network of existing print centers, and also there is IMB tracking data that could be further leveraged to ensure delivery.
Thank you. It sounds like what you're saying is that the Postal Service could be your competitor with the click-to-mail. Is that possible?
Well, actually, Click-to-Mail spun off of a startup within the U.S. Post Office called Mailing Online. But the U.S. Post Office didn't want to deal with the printing aspect of it. Most likely they didn't want to undercut their print partners, since there's a lot of mail houses that do printing. So actually, Click-to-Mail was originally a U.S. Post Office application, and we have a strong Click-to-Mail has a strong partnership with the U.S. Post Office.
Okay, and just real quickly, what happens if at 99 cents, with potentially no barriers to entry, if you're successful, will you be able to maintain that margin over time with competitors if it's a really great idea?
We'd love to grow it into different areas, so up our profit margins with marked up products like thank you notes, which I am personally awful at sending, and invitations. And if we started providing tools for small businesses that do higher volumes of mailings, we could still maintain our profit margins there.
All right. Great idea, guys. I'm a big Dropbox user myself, so I have that experience. When you were looking at customer validation, and you mentioned a whole bunch of folks that use it, are they Dropbox users? Were they Dropbox users?
I think about half of the people that said they love to use it are Dropbox users. And so our initial rollout would target pre-existing Dropbox users, but Dropbox is widely available for free.
Yeah.
So we could sign up people really easily for Dropbox.
We're trying to leverage the existing Dropbox community.
And Dropbox has an open platform you can build on apps to it,
Yep.
and a partnering strategy.
Yep, that's how we're able to authenticate and have access to someone's folder.
Oh, so you guys actually built that on top of Dropbox? The demo you showed us was...
there was a handshake there where we say with Dropbox that as a user, you basically register an application with Dropbox saying that this is a folder that I want to share with particularly PostalDrop. And that anything in that folder, once that handshake is done, we can go and grab anything that's put into it. Yeah. Any file folders, any subfolders.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that you might consider is the best customer validation you're going to get for this is if you can get Dropbox to do a survey of how many of your users would be interested in mailing this out. That's statistically very powerful if you're looking to raise capital. So that would be a good number to get. But good job.
Great, thank you.
Hold on. I still have 1 minute and 26 seconds left. I really like this because you've identified sort of a need and you're aggregating two services and putting them together basically. The one problem is that, and the reason maybe no one's done this before, is that it's hard to get customers to know that you exist. And the customer acquisition is really the key here. And you kind of mentioned it briefly with the virality and everything else, but you know, that's something that you probably need to think about. Any last thoughts? I know we have 50 seconds.
Yeah, all of our great mentors, they brought that up too, and so we spent most of our time trying to do the groundwork. And so I think we would love to leverage the virality just of Dropbox. The fact that I signed up for Dropbox not because I saw an ad, but someone invited me to it. So if we can partner with Dropbox to market it directly to Dropbox users via that avenue.
I think just by creating an application on Dropbox, you get featured somewhere on their site as an integration partner, so is that automatic aspect. Also, to our back-end partner, Click-to-Mail, I have a coupon code for $5 off any services to Click-to-Mail. If you're interested, let me know and give me your card. I'll make sure I get that.
All right, next team, Event Nav.